felt like it was a passion that I had. And in the end, I think as any business, they experience downfalls and rebounds. And just like anything else, to me, if it were too easy, everybody would want to be an entrepreneur. And it's not for everybody. Again, hardships can happen anytime, and part of it is you have to be prepared to, things are going to happen for you, not to you. I think if you can understand that, we know winter's here, spring's next, and then there's summer. It's definitely seasonal. So I like to use a lot of analogies like that because I think it really does make a difference here for being an entrepreneur. There are lots of seasons, and you just know, okay, winter is here today, and next time it's spring, we know that. So in summer, maybe in the fall you harvest. So it could be seasonal tied to the calendar, and it could be your business season. There's a season for that. So all these philosophical things here kind of come to my mind, for sure.
Was it hard to learn how to manage your own time and do things on your own and like actually stay motivated to like keep doing what you're doing?
Oh, time management is also a huge characteristic besides being, loving people, connecting with people. Being able to manage your time, yes, that's not for everybody. Being able to, I know that if I don't work, I don't get paid. And I think that motivates a lot of people to step out the door. And it depends on their goals too. If you're not very organized, I would say, you're not going to be necessarily having the skill set to do everything. Like, you're going to be a top organizer, you're going to be a top this. You find people that can help you. You surround yourself with the right people. And it's like, well, wait a minute. As an entrepreneur, can I afford to do that? Part of it is I've learned how to value my time. So if I can, say my time is worth a certain amount of dollars, if I have to hire someone, I find someone. If I know I can make, we'll say $75 an hour. If I can find someone to do my organization work for $25, that's great. That still gives me, I'm ahead. So time management is key. And the other side of it is when you're an entrepreneur, sometimes it could be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's this thing called balance and burnout. So you want to make sure that, again, you need your time to rest, you need your time to play, and really find a way to, just get away for a little bit. And I think as I see trends going on in entrepreneurs, there's a lot more solo entrepreneurs starting out, really trying to be that flexible time balance type thing. And because of technology, that's a huge advantage because you can be anywhere and do a lot of things that you might not have been formerly able to do. And then that's the downside because you can take your technology anywhere. A friend of mine went to Canada and she brought her computer with so that she could stay ahead of the game. She's a nurse, so it's very interesting. She took her computer with to stay on track. So technology's been good and bad, I think, but really an essential part of any entrepreneur going forward. Without my phone and internet, I'm like dead in the water. Even though I work with people, people ask me to check on things or give them resources. I need to communicate with them, and there you go. Technology is really a huge part of that.
That's good. I mean, this is really good so far. I'm trying to think of any other questions.
Let's see, the other one, I have it written down, is typical day we talked about.
Maybe we could just finish up by briefly going over just kind of stating any more additional character traits that you think are important that aspiring entrepreneurs, younger kids, should
Okay.
just kind of acquire and just kind of learn now instead of wait to experience it later in life. And then we could probably just close with you just saying why you think entrepreneurship is important to society and stuff like that, and why do you think that kids should get started on as soon as they can, in high school, even in middle school, whatever. But yeah, and then you can just finish up and just
Thanks for the cues. I'm what do I say?
No, honestly, it's okay. We can go back and we'll cut everything
I'm
later.
sure you will. You guys, this is the cool thing. You can just edit and do everything, right?
Yeah. No, I get so nervous during presentations and stuff like that, and I always feel on edge and unease. But it's honestly, it's one of the most relaxed things. Cool. There's no pressure for it.
So cute. Okay. So kind of continuing, where do you start? So when I was, I think 7 or 8 is when I really noticed my dad. It's back in my day, the school, they didn't offer classes other than economics, and looking at opportunities today in Middle school, working with junior achievement, kids that get involved with learning how to run a business or having a lemonade stand. And I see those occasionally. Those are kids that really get it, and they really want to learn. So I think those practical skills, their parents are encouraging them maybe, and maybe they get the burn to go, oh, if I do this, I can earn some money to buy something. And that's kind of the thread of entrepreneurship. I have a student, kind of fast forward to high school. I work at Janus High School in the Key Club, and I have a 10th grade student, and she's trying to earn money to go on a trip, a service trip. And she does a lot of handiwork, pencil cases, craft type things, and she gets it. She knows she has to earn money to raise money to really make her trip happen. And so what she's learning too is she's going outside of her scope. She has a part-time job, she's involved. And I think if I would have any advice for students in middle school, in high school, really find a club, find an activity that you can be a leader in. If DECA could be Key Club, it could be NHS, it could be leading a team of sports, but really find a leadership role, because in that leadership role you're going to really determine, again, if you can lead a group or you can lead a series of activities, then I think that's one of the huge characteristics that you have. The other thing I would say is, in the school, helping other people, doing some random acts of kindness here, showing that leadership, showing that you can do some things without necessarily receiving anything in return. And again, since I'm part of Key Club, it's kind of, Key Club is a service club in the high school that really takes students to a different level of getting involved in meeting people. I think that's also a thread, because in the community, as our group is sponsored by a business group, guess what? You can network with people and be out there. And really, as you start to meet other people outside, your teachers in the school, you get to meet other people who work outside the school. That is huge. And making those connections, maybe asking them to coffee, or inviting yourself, hey, I'd like to learn more about what you do. Setting those informal meetings up. It's maybe scary, but it's really practical, because you never know who you might meet in high school that will be an influencer down the road. And I really think that makes sense here. Characteristics, really, if you're really going above and beyond, you do a great student, that's obviously important, but really doing some activities that you can, outside of the classroom, that shows that you are a leader, and that shows that you know how to communicate, and you step up and you volunteer for activities, to lead a meeting, or to do a project with the school. And if you're waiting for direction, for things to happen, it may or may not happen. So again, just thinking of some students that I've had over the years, they just step up without being asked to do some things. That's a huge characteristic. I would also recommend, there's local chambers of commerce. Look them up, they're everywhere. We have the Southwest Chamber right in this area here. There's a membership listing. If there's a person or a business that you're interested in, ask them about it. Set up a time to go see the business, or take a friend with you to do that. You never know who you're going to meet. Every day there's a small world that's out there. And I think just really reaching out, you can do some research to find those groups, business networking groups. I've invited students to those as well. BNI is what it's called. And just sitting in a meeting and meeting 24 business owners, they may not be in your field, but get to know them, because they're all entrepreneurs. And just because you're hearing my point of view, there's a lot of others that I think everybody makes up this growth of entrepreneurship. The trends for, again, really getting your own dream, whatever that dream is, having that passion for it, having some structure of time management, or having people that can help you with that, having you really believe in yourself, and you have to be a lifelong learner. I think that would be the biggest tip. Even though you might be out of school someday, if you can immerse yourself. I do online classes all the time right now in social media. Is my next thing. I'm studying for some social media. I always learn about my industry in fitness and nutrition, and I'm learning about a lot of different things. Really being open to that, and being a reader. It could be a reader listening. It could be a reader reading on Audible. It could be anything. But really being a lifelong learner, because then you can stay up on trends and maybe discover something new, and discover a real new thing that might make a difference for your business, and make you be a successful entrepreneur that stands out. Again, it's something, part of the journey is exciting when you get to actually go, yeah, I created that. That's pretty cool when you take a step back and really say, this is pretty cool. And some people love that as a dream. Maybe they're millionaires. Some people like the impact they have on people. Some people just like to be involved and just serve others. So any of those could be considered entrepreneurs, and any of those could really be something that defines a really cool life for people.
That's good. All right. Yeah. Perfect.
No pressure. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now, no, this is part of your